Good morning. Today I'm going to take you through some really helpful stretches for those of us that are stuck sitting in chairs, working from home, too much sitting, and it's causing some neck issues, some lower back and hip stiffness. I'm going to give you some ideas of things you can do when you get up from your chair and to help alleviate those kind of things. So the first one is while you're still standing, if there's anything you can hold on to and just kind of drop your head and pull away. And experiment with different heights and just see how it feels to just really lean into it and hang. If there's something you can reach, and you can kind of hang, maybe not your full body weight, but kind of hang from that direction as well. Maybe hold on lower, and then for your hips, sit down low. This one's going to give you a really great stretch through your hips. You're kind of leaning back and kind of getting as low as you can. That'll really help through the hips. Experiment with different heights. If there's anything you can hang on to, that's really good. And then as far as other movements, you could use this for balance and sit into figure 4. These ones are all good if you don't want to get down onto the floor. You're just going to get up from your chair and do a few things. This one for your hips. This one. Just really sit back into that figure 4. It can be helpful to stretch your quadriceps. Stretch your hamstrings a little bit because they are going to get tight from sitting. And then if you don't mind getting down onto the floor, there's a few things that we can do. You can start with just pushing your foot back, stretching your calf, which is going to be tight. And to make this more effective, you could take one foot up, one foot back, and then just kind of sink through your hips right here. That's going to open up your hip flexors, which are going to get very tight from sitting. So then to make that a little more intense, you would drop your knee and maybe reach up, push your pelvis forward until you really feel a stretch right there. Let's try that on both sides. So we're going to start by stretching our calf. And then maybe put your foot up. And, lean down into it, feeling it through your hip. And then transition to feeling it through your hip a little differently. Now for your upper back and neck getting annoyed by all the sitting, one that really seems to help is to get on your all fours here and take your arm under, bring your ear and shoulder to the floor, and just rest there. If that's not intense enough, you can always put your other arm behind you. I'm just going to do both sides to be thorough. And then for your hips, just stretch back into child's pose like this. And experiment in child's pose with your knees maybe wider out to get deeper into your hips. And then a really important one for your lower back is to take your back in this direction. So if just lay there on your forearms, it's going to be very helpful. And then for your whole overall body, after you've done a few of these and you feel kind of warmed up, you can do downward dog, which I'll show you now. I don't recommend getting right into downward dog directly, but if you've done a few of these things first. So here, make sure your hands aren't going to slide away from you because that would be bad. That downward dog is going to hit a lot of the bases all by itself. So just the idea of taking some breaks throughout the day to do a couple of these stretches. Stretch your chest for sure, because as you're sitting, that's getting contracted. So you want to stretch your chest, stretch it the other way, and inhale. That's just a few ideas. If you want to join me for the Barefoot Vitality class, it's 40 minutes, and we go through a whole series that makes you feel fantastic at the end. I'll put a link for that below. Let me know if you have any questions and if this helps.